everybody, it's Noelia with my Moxie Dreams. Thanks for joining me today on a bonus video on my budget planner. So as many of you know, I have a Franklin Covey compact Aurora. I also have a vintage Aurora in classic size. But today we're going to be working on the budget within my compact, and this is for the 2021 budgeting year. So as many of you who are following me on YouTube, you know that I have a planner set up that was uploaded a couple of weeks ago. So you can reference that on my total setup. But today I'm going to be focusing only on my budget tab, my budget planner within my compact. This has been a very much requested video, and I finally decided to just sit down and get this done for 2021. I'm going to show you my basic setup for my budget in 2021, and then every month I'm going to be posting a video on my updated budget planner. So basically you can come along with me on my debt-free journey and see month to month how I set up my budget and how much I paid off each month. So for those of you that are new, I have 4 main tabs in my planner that I use religiously. Everything in my life falls within these 4 tabs. I have a to-do tab, a goals tab, family, and at the very back I have a bills tab. The reason why I have my bills at the very back is because I include a second monthly calendar in my budget tab. So for instance, I have a Her Point of View Franklin Covey monthly tabs. You'll see these here. I have a second set that go in the back. So this year, instead of using Her Point of View, I'm going to be using the Carrera. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And these are the new dailies for the compact that everybody's raving about just because of the simplistic and elegant gray tones and the simplicity of this. So this is a daily planner. There's typically inserts that go in the back that are dailies, but I pulled those out and I'm just using the monthly tabs for my bills. My monthly budget is something that I've done for decades. It's not anything new. And it's funny because I found my journals the other day and saw my budgets for 1994, 1995. I was like tripping out. It was pretty interesting. So it's really important to me, and I've always had a budget in place for my money so I know where it goes, why it's going there, and whatnot. So for me, this is a major part of my planner. I refer to this part of my planner often, daily, weekly, and of course monthly. For a detail on how this is set up, you can go to my YouTube video. I'll link it below on my 2021 setup, and you'll get a quick kind of overview. But today we're going to set up my 2021 budget, and I'm going to show you the inserts I've created to use within my planner. First thing that I use is my month on 2 pages, and I have the full year here because in a moment we're going to highlight all my payroll dates because that is the first and most important step, knowing when your payroll is. The second step that you will need, which is something I have, is I use an Excel sheet every month to just double check all my written work. So I have a spreadsheet for the entire year, all my pay periods, all the bills, when they're due. So I know exactly what I'm going to be putting on my per paycheck insert. But before you even get to this, you need to write down all of your bills, the smallest to the largest. Don't leave anything out. Anything that's going to hit your bank account, you need to make a list of. So these are all the things I have. Some are business related, like my Epidemic and Canva and Lightroom, but they all hit my account. So I have every single thing here, including kids allowance, savings, the cat monthly subscription for her food and whatnot, self-love, which is my nails, which if you've caught a past video, you know that my nail lady is gone for a month. And so I just tore everything off, and that is why you see some and none. So self-love is my nail lady, gas for my vehicle, and groceries. Everything that I spend money on is on this sheet. I have the due dates for everything, and then I have card balances as of the end of this month. So everything is paid to date for December already. Two key things that I use to get my annual budget ready for the year. I need to make sure I have the list of the bills, how much I owe, and the due dates. For those things that are flexible, like your PG&E, your cell phone, I don't know what else is flexible, your water bill, pretty much everything on my list is a fixed. The only thing that isn't fixed is probably PG&E and my water bill. Everything else, I know exactly the amount that it is. And so you'll see how this sheet incorporates into setting up your monthly budget planner. The other sheet that I use is the Monthly Snapshot. Now this is a recent addition to my budget because the last couple months, November, December, I start to spend way more than I anticipated, whether I'm making things for Thanksgiving and I go over my grocery budget, or I see cute things at Hobby Lobby and I start to buy things, not realizing that I have bins and bins of Christmas decorations and I don't need any more Christmas decorations. This is why I created this, because I needed a place that I could write down all the unexpected spending. And this could be a school bill that I didn't have in my original budget, right? In my normal budget. This could be me going to Hobby Lobby and finding stickers that I like and spending $19 on stickers. All of the stuff that isn't on here, that is going to be pulling away from money that should be going towards paying down debt, is here. And so I created this just so that I can keep track of spending, unexpected spending. So here on this box, I'll try to zoom in a little bit. I have my monthly goal, and really my monthly goal is to pay down credit card debt and debt in general until I'm debt free. Here I have monthly payroll. I am a salary employee and I get paid every other week. Some months I get 3 paychecks. So in this little box, the goal for me is to just write down the total income that I receive. If it's going to be 2 payrolls, then I put the total of those 2 payrolls. If it's going to be 3 payrolls, it goes here. Then I write the total expenses for the month. The extra funds is all my side hustles. I am an affiliate with Franklin Covey, and so sometimes I receive monthly checks. I'm an affiliate with Amazon and have a storefront. Sometimes I receive checks for that. I also have my side hustle, which is Poshmark. I resell items. I go to thrift shops and resell, and all that extra funds goes towards paying down debt. I also have a side gig that I work for a family that needs my accounting services, and maybe they need me that month and I make an extra $100 that month. All extra income falls here, and you'll see how that ties into my other sheets. That's what this kind of sheet is. So this goes in the front of the month. Then you have your budget per paycheck sheet. And again, all of these I made. Like this one I made on Canva. All of these I made on either Publisher, Excel, or Word. I can't remember which. But this next sheet is the budget per paycheck. And this sheet, basically, I budget per paycheck. I'm not a monthly budgeter. My Excel sheet is built for every paycheck. I know exactly what's going to be coming out of that particular paycheck. And I do all my banking online. The only cash that I pull out is for groceries. So everything else is paid via my online banking. And so all I need to do here is just record what needs to be paid for that particular paycheck. And you'll see how this ties into the monthly calendar view when we start to put down all the due dates in our monthly calendar. This is the budget per paycheck. So the amount I get paid and the date that I'm going to get paid, all the bills that are going to be paid with this particular paycheck. I then tally up the total expenses, and then I tally up the total income, which is this amount. And whatever the difference is, that immediately goes into savings. So I pay all my bills online through my bill pay. They're scheduled to go out the day my payroll hits. So I'm always paying things 2 weeks in advance. The second my payroll hits, all my expenses are deducted and I'm left with the total amount that needs to go into savings. And I immediately transfer that amount so that I'm not tempted to spend when I'm not supposed to be spending. On the back of this sheet, this is where this extra funds comes in. This is my extra monthly income. So I have my Poshmark line, my accounting family that I do work for, I have affiliate income, and I have an extra line that I have. And I have miscellaneous lines so that if something pops up, if I get a refund check for overpaying something, or I get refunded for a medical bill that I paid and I shouldn't have, that extra income comes here and I total it up, and all of that extra income immediately goes to savings. The reason why I have things go to savings is because then at the end of the month, I calculate how much extra I put into savings, and then I make that one payment towards a debt. So say I have $1,000 extra that month that I saved in, or that I had an extra income. It's sitting in savings so that I don't touch it. And at the end of the month or beginning of the new month, I take that $1,000 and I apply it towards a credit card bill or outstanding debt, which is just my card. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So these go right behind. So depending on how many paychecks I have, it's typically 2, this goes right behind my monthly snapshot. All right, so it goes like this. Then you have the transaction sheets, and this is basically my check register. Every time that something clears the bank, I will go to my monthly snapshot, highlight that it was paid. Once it's cleared the bank, it goes here. So this is my running transaction sheet, my running check register, if you would like to call it that. Everything that is on this budget per week should be on my transaction sheet. And then subsequently, I'm highlighting once the things got paid. That transaction sheet goes in the back of the month. The last sheet that I have in my budget planner is my retirement, my 401k, and on the back, it has my savings. Every end of the year, I put my starting balance for the new year on each, on my savings and my 401k. This way, when I put money into my savings account, I'll write the date that I put the money, how much I'm depositing, and then what my total new balance is, so that I have a running total of my savings. When I withdraw money, whether it's because I went over on my budget or I'm paying down a debt, it will say the date that I withdrew it, how much I withdrew, and what my new balance is. So this is keeping track. They all tie in together, all right? So I'll show you how this kind of goes, even though there is a video on my setup. There's already a monthly tab there, so I'll move that one out of the way. Monthly snapshot, then it becomes these guys. Then it would be my monthly, and I have December still in here, so you would put the month bills due, which is the current month. And then the daily banking is there, so that you see what my balance is in my checking right now. So there's the daily banking. So basically, when I go into my bills tab, I can quickly go to my monthly snapshot for the month. Behind that will be the 2 payrolls that will already have listed what is due. The only thing that won't be listed is any extra income that I received that month, because I transfer that at the end of the month. So you have those 2. Then you have the bills due tab down here. You'll see that I have a bills due and a daily banking, because again, I go to this part of my planner often, so I need to be able to quickly flip to there. So bills due will take you to the current month of bills due. Right now it's blank. And then I can go to daily banking and say, oh, okay, this is my balance right now. I go to my online banking and see what cleared, and then go to my bills and highlight that they have been paid. Anything not highlighted means it hasn't been paid. And let me show you December. So here I am in December. You'll see that I have all the bills on their due date. You see that I've highlighted all the bills that have been paid. And there's a few that haven't posted. My medical bill for $75 for Bella hasn't posted. My Netflix hasn't posted. My Amazon Prime annual fee hasn't posted. And my iTunes. So those 4 haven't been paid. And I know that by looking at it, because they're not highlighted. The amounts aren't highlighted. If they're highlighted, that means they've already hit my transaction sheet, they're already posted on here, and they've already hit my bank account. And this allows me to stay on task and stay on budget. So this is kind of how it plays out. And I typically have probably the first 3 months in my binder. So I would have January, February, and March in here. And as I go, I will take a month out and add the new month. So this is exactly what my monthly budgeting system looks like. There's my monthly snapshot, my budget per paycheck. So if there's 2 paychecks, I'll have 2 inserts here. Then you have my monthly 2-page at a glance, where we're going to list all the bills due and paychecks. Then you have on the back, you have the transaction list. And then my retirement sheet, I like to put it right up front. So that's where my retirement sheet is, because I will be pulling stuff out of the savings once a month to pay off debt. That is the goal. So let's go ahead and pull this January sheet out. Okay, the first thing I do is I have these little stickers. I have 26 pay periods. So I highlight my pay periods, and I believe the last pay period I have is on the 25th. So that means my next pay period for the new year is the 8th. I don't care what color I use, just so you know. So I'm going to start going every other week for the month, placing stickers on my payroll dates so that I know. Okay, so we have now highlighted our payroll dates every other week. Okay, you'll see some months have 3, some months have 2. All right, so that is done. That's the first step. Then we're gonna take our sheet that has all of our monthly bills, and I'm gonna write down all the due dates. Okay, and I think in January I have a water bill. So there is my monthly on 2 pages. I have taken my master kind of key that tells me all my bills and when they're due. I have gone ahead and placed all the bills on their due dates, and I've left space in between when there's double. And now I'm gonna go in with my red erasable pen to fill in the ones that are not variables. So for instance, my home, I know what that is. I'm gonna cheat over here. Hulu, Cell, Apple, Amex, PG&E, Lightroom is $4.99. So basically I'm going to go in and fill in everything that I know is fixed. Okay, so now everything is here. Everything that has a fixed amount due has been added in red. A couple of weeks before the month, I then go into my online accounts and find out what my cell bill is, what the amounts due, and I fill them in. That is where this guy comes in. So let's go ahead and fill this out for December 25th. So on my December 25th payroll, I'm going to pay all the things up until my first payroll check. And then the next payroll check, so this would be January 8th, would be paying the second portion of my bills. The January 22nd check will then start paying February's bills. So I'm always a payroll ahead of my bills. So for the December 25th payroll, I'm going to be paying State Farm because that's the last bill here that hasn't posted in December. So that gets paid under that payroll. So that's about $175. I pay my home That's here. I'm gonna pay my water bill. I don't know the amount yet. Hulu, which is $7. My Cell, Bank of America credit card, Sleep Train, Apple credit card, Amex credit card, and then I think that's it because we're up to this payroll. So I only pay up till the next payroll. So all the bills are paid. Then I have gas, groceries, kids, and Ruby. I think that's it. So this is a time where I would go online and figure out what the amount due for my water bill, Cell, and it would fill in here. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna total this amount, and the total expenses are gonna come out to whatever they are. And then you have your total income here that then gets placed here. And whatever extra goes into my savings. That's where my savings sheet will come into play. And I would put the date, December 25th, and the amount that is being transferred into my savings, and that would be my new balance. And it should line up with all my banking. Then what happens is once these things are paid, I have my daily banking here. Every day I'm checking my banking and I'm writing down what posted, and I'm going here and checking it off, and then going here and highlighting it. Every month I go in and I do this process. So we'll be doing that together every month on my YouTube channel. I hope that that gives you some insight on what I do and why. So many people have asked about my inserts. I create them myself because, like I said, it's often hard to find exactly what I need on Etsy or on Franklin Covey. And so I create my inserts to work for me. That is the key about your planner, is to make sure it works for you. And so oftentimes I create my own inserts so that I can be tracking and doing what I need to do for a specific section. And these are all things I created. I haven't decided, I'm trying to perfect them, if I'm going to be selling these on Etsy or giving these away as a freebie. Keep an eye out for that. Follow me on YouTube and you'll get some updates on when that's going to happen. All of this is my system. You can obviously find so many different systems. You can plan by month, you can plan weekly. I am a every 2-week budget planner. I check my planner every day on my expenditures, and I pre-plan my paycheck so that the second that the money is deposited to my account, bills are automatically taken out the same day, so that all I'm left with is the amount that I should be putting into savings and putting towards debt. I hope that gave you some inspiration and some insight onto how I do my budget planner. Again, I will be doing monthly budgeting so that you can see exactly what I'm spending, exactly how I make this system work for me. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate all of the love and comments that you guys leave me and positive vibes. It's just such a blessing to me, so thank you. If you haven't already, please like this video, and I would love for you to subscribe and hit that notification button so that you can be alerted every time I upload a new video like this one. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll chat with you soon. Bye.